Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So several news outlets have reported that in 2014, ex-President Bill Clinton met and had dinner with the accused pedophile and child sex trafficker, Ghislaine Maxwell. Of course, this isn't the first time that the two have been tied together. The alleged dinner took place in February of that year following a, get this, humanity gala at Sony Pictures Studios in Los Angeles, California. I mean, seriously, it just blows my mind. Not only that Ghislaine Maxwell was accepted into these circles, but the types of events that she attended, it's almost like a joke. It's almost like she was literally just playing everyone and trying to be as sarcastic and ironic as possible. But I digress. So apparently it was a small group. It sounds like it was maybe around 10 to 12 people. They met at a famous vegan restaurant called Crossroads Kitchen. And Maxwell was not alone. So according to sources that spoke with the Daily Beast, Scott Borgerson attended the intimate dinner with Maxwell and Clinton and the others. And Borgerson, as you may know, especially if you've been following the show, is a wealthy tech CEO. And it's believed that he is Maxwell's secret husband. So when she was arrested, it came out that she had a husband, but she was refusing to say who that person is. And then it came out that they're living together. They bought a home together. They paid cash for it on the East Coast. And it's believed that that is who she's married to, which is terrifying because the guy has young children and he's now potentially married to and living with, for sure, was living with a pedophile. Anyway, one of the attendees told the Daily Beast that they specifically remembered Borgerson being there because Maxwell apparently had been dating one of his friends, a man named Ted Waite. And so the fact that Maxwell was there with Borgerson and not Waite made an impression on him. And so he remembered this whole event. And apparently some of Clinton's aides were unhappy with her invitation to the event due to her ties to Epstein. And they had an argument about it prior to the evening. But Clinton's deputy chief of staff, a man named John Davidson, apparently assisted in organizing the dinner. And so he was very well aware of Maxwell's inclusion and had to be aware of her past and the implications. A source told the Daily Beast, quote, "This is an intimate dinner with Clinton in LA. Think of all the people he knows in LA, and Ghislaine gets to attend." I mean, yeah, great point, because he could have gone to dinner with anyone. I'm sure there were tons of people at that gala who would have happily gone to dinner with a former president. But you have to invite an alleged child sex trafficker? Okay. A Clinton spokesperson declined to comment, of course, on the alleged dinner, but they did refer back to an old statement that Clinton had made back in 2019 when this whole thing came to the surface again with Epstein's arrest. And Clinton, in this statement, essentially just denies knowing about Epstein's crimes, saying that he's never been to Epstein's Island, which we all know is false. We all know it's a lie. Why do they continue to say something that's been confirmed by multiple people? Everyone knows that he's been to the island. There's multiple eyewitnesses that place him on the island. People who have nothing to gain by saying it. Again, I go back to the fact that if you've done nothing wrong, you would just be honest. You would just say, yeah, I was at the island. I did nothing wrong. I didn't see anything, but I was there. But to flat out deny being there is just, it's ridiculous. And a friend of the Clintons apparently spoke with Daily Beast reporters and told them that Maxwell was very close with the Clintons She, of course, as many people know, attended their daughter's wedding. She sat in the front row. They try to say that it's because of her relationship with that Ted Waite man, that apparently they were friends with him, and so then they became friends with her through him. But they continued the relationship, obviously, long after she was no longer with this Mr. Waite. She also visited backstage at multiple Clinton events and visited their homes. She also allegedly provided the Clintons with hotel rooms, air travel, and other perks, according to the source. And the Daily Beast reported last year that Epstein and Maxwell had attended a reception at the White House in 1993. Now, this is old news, but they hosted a dinner for donors who had contributed to a White House fund, which paid for renovations to the Oval Office. And that year, 1993, the early 90s, was like the peak from all reporting that I've read and from all of the alleged victims that have come forward. The 90s were the worst of it. That is when they had a constant stream of young girls that they were bringing in every day and violating these children. How these people got into these circles, and is it possible that they didn't know back then what Epstein and Maxwell were up to? Yes, it's possible. You meet people, you know them on a social level or even in a business relationship. You don't always know. You don't know what's going on in people's homes. You don't know what they're up to. Nothing had really surfaced at that time as in the media. No one was making allegations. No one had come forward. If they did, it didn't get a lot of press. So yeah, it's possible they didn't know back then, but they've known since then. And this Clinton family friend told the Daily Beast, quote, "It's always someone else's fault. It's always not true. They're always fighting against the reporting and not that they did it. That's the problem." Yeah. And remember, this dinner allegedly occurred 6 years after Epstein was investigated for child trafficking and when he went to prison for that 13-month slap on the wrist where he had a daily work release in Florida. So are you saying you didn't know then? You didn't know 6 years after the man went to prison? And it was just 3 years after Epstein and Maxwell victim Virginia Giuffre went public with her claims. She came out and said that she was directed by Epstein and Maxwell to have sex with Prince Andrew when she was 17. That was just 3 years before this dinner. Everyone knew of Maxwell's alleged involvement, especially people who ran in the same circles. And the infamous photo of Maxwell standing behind Prince Andrew with his arm around Virginia Giuffre's waist when she was a minor, that was widely circulated in the media back then. So there's virtually no way that Clinton and his team didn't know anything about this in 2014. Either you are the most ignorant person on the planet, or he just doesn't care. He just thinks I'm untouchable because of who I am, because of the position I held, because of the contacts I have. Nothing's going to come of it. But even at that, let's say Clinton is completely innocent and he never did anything. I mean, there hasn't been, let's be honest and let's be fair, no women have come forward alleging that they had sex with him at the direction of Epstein. Now, we don't know what's going on in the grand jury. There could be a victim who makes accusations against Clinton. So far, there have not been any. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he didn't do anything wrong. Why in God's name, would you, knowing that paparazzi are going to be everywhere, that it's going to be reported on, why would you choose to maintain a friendship with someone like Maxwell, with her history, with what she has been accused of? Like I said, not bright. Not bright. So anyway, guys, I will continue to report on this stuff. As always, like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.